Yeah, okay, yeah, we were muted there for a second. So we made us have to reprint restate our rants earlier.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I really like. I'll just say everything again.
Yeah.
So I really like the devoted. I really like the devoted Druid Vizier combo out of these being incorporated into these elf decks.
All right.
It just gives them another angle of attack, main deck, as opposed to having like all of the silver bullet cards.
Yep.
You have this combo. And what's great about it is like the devoted Druid. It's an elf. It's a mana dork. And that already works with your plan.
All right, so I see the Vizier in Connor's hand, but I don't think I see a white source in Connor's hand.
Yeah, the white sources in the deck are few and far between.
So, like, I think Connor wins next turn if he just draws white source, though.
It's possible, and that's the thing about this card is it's, oh, you have a 0/2? You might win next turn. Hunter...
Oh, no white source. Because I see a Vizier and a Azuri in his hand.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And Hunter knows that. That's what's great about the Devoted Druid in these decks is that on its own, it's not that good.
No.
Like, but the potential is there.
So
the potential of letting them untap with it, that means they can win.
Yeah, so the play I like from here from Connor is just do nothing pass. Because I think I'm pretty sure I see a Coco in Connor's hand.
Okay. Yeah. Out of these white-blue control decks, they play like 4 Supreme Verdicts.
Yeah.
They're going to see a Supreme Verdict.
Yeah, just take it, Connor. Yep, cool.
There you go. And that's fine. Like, he lost 2 things. He still has a grip full of cards.
Yep. And
Hunter's losing a Snapcaster Mage here.
Oh, yeah. Like, you can Coco here, Connor. So, I think I see a Coco in Connor's hand. I could be wrong.
He can Coco, but what is he going to Coco for?
Second Devoted Druid? I don't know.
So, he should float the mana.
Yeah.
Let that resolve, and then before we move out of this phase,
cast Coco.
Cast Coco.
Yeah. I mean, I think
that's pretty clear.
Yeah, I think having the Vizier in hand just makes it very awkward.
I hope he's not running like Sacred Spirit,
Selfless Spirit,
Selfless Spirit, main, and he's thinking about saving it. Nope.
What? Okay.
No, we're just not gonna do anything. That's fine. Now we just have an island.
All right. I'm confused. I'm sure Connor has a reason, because he can cast Coco there, right?
He can float the mana.
Yeah.
Let the spell resolve.
Then cast Coco.
And cast it before we move out of whatever phase.
Yeah.
So we got a Crucible.
All right.
Just right off the top. Not holding anything back. Okay. So we have the Crucible, which you don't always see out of these white-blue control lists, but I like it.
All right.
I mean, dude, you just get to play Ghost Quarter over and over. You have all the time in the world. Like, your opponent doesn't have lands. They're not doing anything. It's just another angle of control.
Yep.
Connor, okay, so we've gotten runner lands. Connor can go off this turn, but he's facing down 5 lands.
Yeah.
I see a Logic Knot in Hunter's hand, which is interesting. You don't always see that out of these decks.
No, you do not.
That's more of a Jeskai tempo thing, as opposed to a white-blue control thing.
Well, I do like Logic Knot. Logic Knot has recently just like shown up a lot more popular in Modern.
I mean, it's Counterspell.
Yeah.
It's just Counterspell. And like the white-blue control lists, they really only run like 2 Snapcaster Mages. It's not like he's using his graveyard for anything.
No.
I mean, they have rest in peace in the sideboard more
Yeah.
often than not. Like, you're not really using your graveyard that much. Hunter just needs to, like, leave his ghost quarters for this Crucible. Like, other than that, like, it's free reign on his graveyard. I like the logic knots. I think people are really figuring out, like, just how useful that card is. What is that one? What is the cycling?
Irrigated farmland.
Irrigated farmland.
Okay.
I like.
I love that name. I don't know why.
It's not bad. I mean, it's very.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. Holy.
It's very like that is a very culturally accurate card. That's how people of that time period. That is a very that's a real farming technique.
I believe it.
Just saying.
I know. I took history. But yeah, I think Connor just really missed the opportune moment to start actually winning the game.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was stuck on a land, which was an island.
Yeah.
But he did have access to mana with his elves and his druid, but that really just feeds more into that. Just makes this Supreme Verdict even more devastating.
Yeah.
So he had a bit of a slow start and didn't want to get blown out by the Wrath, so I don't blame him here. I think against these white-blue control decks, it's like they are, if you present a board, they are going to Supreme Verdict on turn 4, and it has a lot to do with what you're able to do before and after that. And he wasn't able to do much before, so he just accepted it, and now we'll see what he can do after. So we got a cycle. That's kind of cool.
All right. So Hunter going to 15 here. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. So if Hunter fetching his upkeep seems good. Just to like prevent a non-zero chance from drawing one less land. It's highly irrelevant, but it makes some difference. I want to laugh if it's a land.
Tiny edges.
It's
a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one, though.
It's the one that's eventually going to win him this game.
Eventually.
It
takes a long time.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, I just don't like the spot Connor's in right now.
No. Yeah, Hunter's really in the driver's seat here. I see another Supreme Verdict in his hand.
I think I see two in his hand. Two.
I wouldn't be surprised. And okay, well, it's almost assured that he has a third Supreme Verdict because like he's not really getting very much value off of that one.
Mm-hmm.
If Connor wants to overextend himself now, it's really gonna hurt.
Agreed.
Jeez, 3 Supreme Verdicts.
So, I'm not surprised though.
No, I'm not either. He's got a really ugly foil in his hand. I have to imagine is a cryptic command.
You mean the hieroglyphics?
Oh boy. Yeah, it's a cryptic command.
But getting a logic knot.
Yep.
Yeah, I just don't see how Connor get back in this game right now.
No, the point that he was going to win this game has passed. Yeah.
Like I do like the start he had because if you drew a White Horse when Hunter was tapped out, he won the game.
He won the game.
Yeah. But he did.
I agree. Like this deck is trying to win on turn 3, and that's good because that's before the Supreme Verdict.
Yes.
And I think that's what I think that should be like that's what Hunter's up against here is like, okay, can I cast the Supreme Verdict on turn 4?
And he did.
And can I get past that? So, and that's where we're at. So now all Hunter has to do is win, and it's taken him this long to get to this point.
So let's see how long it takes him for the win, or for Connor to scoop.
Play to you scoop. That I don't like that. I don't like that strategy.
What strategy?
I don't like. So, getting like out of a control deck, like grinding your opponent down to the point where they know they can't win, but like you're not actually applying any pressure.
Yeah.
And getting them to concede to you.
Yeah.
Because of time.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't either.
That's not Magic.
All right, so like Hunter here is just actually able to hit every land drop ever because of the Crucible Flooded Strand,
right?
Which I find hilarious.
Flooded Strand. If he wants to draw a card, he can get back the Irrigated Farmland.
All right, I like this. Connor is just like jamming Cocos.
Yeah, seeing if one sticks. They're not going to. That's another cryptic command. Counter draw.
Yep. Elspeth. Okay, he found a win con.
Now he found a clock.
Yeah, a good one too.
It's something.
All right, now this is a turn Connor can use to develop his board if he chooses to.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Hunter really doesn't care what happens because he has the Supreme Verdict in hand.
He has the Supreme Verdict pulled right to the front.
Yep. Yep.
See, this would have been good on turn 2.
Yeah.
This is a great turn 2, but this is turn 10.
Yeah. Oh, like, yeah, so Hunter's just going to Verdict here?
Hunter has a massive lands. He can
play anything.
He can Supreme Verdict here. He can Elspeth here. Make 3 white people. Make 3 white dudes.
3 white people?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, you're not wrong. They are 1/1 white knights.
Mm-hmm.
No, he can do both. He can literally do both.
Oh, God. Yeah, he does. Yep.
All right, so... Yeah, there's tokens over there.
Okay. He's got some white people.
Yeah, just use face-down tokens. Yeah. Does Hunter need to borrow my Pokemon cards tonight?
He usually asks me for my dice.
All right. I might lend him some Pokemon cards afterward.
Yeah, that is...
Except Sylveon GX, obviously.
Obviously. That is... when people don't have their tokens, I don't know.
So, it
triggers me.
I actually have a funny story about Hunter. He told me one time he did bring dice to an event. He lost some. And he was like, well, never doing that again.
Okay, well, that makes... I mean, I guess, but, like, I don't know. I would only need to do that once to then never lose them again. Yeah. You can also get a deck box that has, room for your dice.
Ah, that's spending money, though.
Sure.
All right, so swinging 3 dudes. It's like a special possession, right?
Every turn, and that's its plus.
Yeah.
This card,
Elspeth does a lot.
Yeah, I mean...
Ooh, okay, we got all the Planeswalkers.
Yeah, I mean, that's what this deck does. Is it counters every spell, answers every threat, and then plays a Planeswalker.
Yeah, I think... All right, Cord. All right. Oh, did Connor finally find a window?
He's had Vizier of Remedies in his hand this entire time.
Oh, okay. Hunter has a path. All right. Yeah. Why? This. All right. It just took him a second to process that his dude was getting path, I think. It happens. Entrance tap. All right. Ooh, this game's going to be... I don't think he can win here.
So there's he had the Vizier and the Azuri, which is funny because, like, I mean, if Hunter didn't have an answer there or a way to deal with that Devoted Druid, I mean, he had a win.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, I think I see a Blessed Alliance and Hunter.
I do see a Blessed Alliance.
So
a main deck Blessed Alliance.
I like it.
I don't know. Blessed Alliance seems more like a sideboard card to me.
I mean,
it's definitely good. You put that much text on a card, and it's good.
I mean, like, I just see its point is, like, the blue-white control deck just needed, like, another removal spell besides, like, a more, like, one...
Oh, like a 1-for-1?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I mean, and then late you can do all 3 modes, you know? Why not?
I honestly know only 2 out of 3.
So, target player sacrifices an attacking creature.
I know the attacking creature and gain 4 life.
Gain 4 life.
Isn't the third one, like...
Untap a creature.
2 creatures, I think.
Sure. That's a combat trick.
I know.
He can untap. He could untap his white people.
All right, yeah, that's game. We're going to game 2 here. Yeah. All right, so spoiler season again.
Okay, Iconic Masters or Ixalan? We didn't really talk much about Ixalan.
Oh, Ixalan doesn't have... We
Okay,
talked about all the things...
Sentinel Totem.
What does that do?
Love it. Sentinel Totem. 1 generic for an artifact.
All right.
When it enters the battlefield, you get to scry 1. And then you can tap it and...
Oh, yeah, the new relic.
Yeah, you can tap it, and it's either sacrifice or exile itself.
It's
there
exile.
You go. Exile. Good, because like you don't want this ending up in your graveyard.
Yeah.
So you can exile itself and then exile all the graveyards. That is great.
Yeah.
I love this card. The art is amazing. And I like that we have another option.
Yeah.
Like, not every deck can afford to leave up the 1 mana that relic necessitates.
Oh, I typically agree. Like, yeah, you don't get to cycle it, but, like, it's free.
You get a scry, which is worth, like, half a card.
Yeah, half a card.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
very close.
Yeah, that's why I'm a big fan of Nihil Spellbomb, personally, as well.
Nihil Spellbomb, yeah.
Nihil Spellbomb.
Yeah. Out of any deck that's running black has Nihil Spellbomb.
Yep.
You know, decks that don't mind the leaving up the mana can have relic, and then low to the ground decks can get Sentinel Totem.
Yeah,
you
like
could always
the aggro decks.
Yeah, the aggro decks. I can see like Burn or Affinity picking this up if they want.
All right.
You know,
totally.
There's still Tormod's Crypt, but we have options, and that's what it's about. You know, finding the one that fits your deck the best.
Yeah.
If you're playing white and you don't use the graveyard.
Yeah.
Obviously, Rest in Peace is just a haymaker.
Yep. So another card that is an Ixalan that will probably appeal to a lot of casuals, I know for sure, is the Unclaimed Territory.
I don't like this card.
I mean, you probably don't because you're not a casual.
No, I don't like. I don't like it because it's lazy design. This is strictly worse than Cavern of Souls. It doesn't do. It has no upside. It's
a rainbow land.
It just removes the can't be countered effect.
Like I said, a lot of casuals are going to love this.
They're still going to need their Cavern of Souls.
Not if you're playing kitchen table Magic. Like, so especially like with the
This to me is Cavern of Souls 5 through 8. This is a second Cavern of Souls for your commander deck.
Yep.
Whatever. That's fine. That's not my issue with this card. My issue with this card is that it's literally just a worse Cavern of Souls.
That's fair.
Doesn't do. If it came into play and gained you a life, if it made it so that like the creature that you played had hexproof for a turn.
I don't know why I said menace.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, it can't be countered, but it's safe for a turn. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
Or gains menace.
Or gain. Menace wouldn't matter the turn it comes into play. It would need to be indestructible. It has to be something relevant the turn you cast it. So, like, it having a shield for a turn with indestructible or hexproof.
Yeah, that's fair.
Something.
All right, so then we got...
But it doesn't do either of those things.
Yeah, so we got this Call of the Feast. Whew.
We keep getting these 4-mana token generators like SRAM's expertise.
Yep.
And every time I see it, I'm like, man, I really hope that white-black tokens deck can just like take this and run the jewels with it.
Yeah.
But that has yet to happen. This one's pretty good.
I like it.
You get 3 for 4. That's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's like...
That's really not bad. And they have lifelink. It's not. They're not just, you know, it's not just. They're not just vampires. They have lifelink.
And this is probably a great limited card also.
Oh, for sure. for sure.
Probably standard playable in that black-white Saman life gain deck.
And I really like the flavor of this set, like the vampire conquistadors. Yep. They're expanding to new territories in search of blood, in search of new prey.
Yep.
In addition to treasure.
Yeah. So then we got the
flavor. The flavor is great. I like that white is the primary for the vampires, just like green is the primary for the merfolk.
Yeah.
And
so
we have
this lord here.
Yep.
Not a lord. It's a legendary.
It's a legendary. There's also another white legendary. It's the cleric.
Yep.
But this one's dual color.
Yeah, I like it.
You vigilance, lifelink, and then you get to
pay 7 life.
You get to pay 7 life, but theoretically you're gaining the 4 back, and that's just an Anguish Unmaking. Is the comparison? Is that every turn you get to Anguish Unmaking something?
Yeah. So we got to get back to this game here real quick. That's a Westville Abbey right there.
Yeah, Westville Abbey.
That's some tech.
It's.
I don't know how.
So you have a couple of you have some forests, some white green lands, and then you have a couple of flex spots in like your non-basic lands. You can play Westville Abbey, you can play Nykthos, you can play Pendelhaven. There's honestly, like, I wouldn't be surprised if you had one of each of those.
All right.
And what this does is it's a 9/7. It's indestructible. It has haste. It has lifelink. What else am I missing? Flying, haste, lifelink, indestructible. That's really good. Like,
also the fact that just like constantly make threats against this like grindy control deck is
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about that. It makes it makes white black clerics.
Yeah, 1/1 white black clerics.
Yeah. Let's get Westville Abbey. There's Ormondal, the profane prince.
Yep.
That's what happens when you activate it. But Westville Abbey can tap for a colorless.
Or pay 5 life. No, pay a life.
Pay a life, and you make a 1/1 white and black human cleric.
Yep.
Not just any cleric, a human cleric.
Yes.
And then you can pay 5 and sacrifice 5 creatures to transform it into a 9/7 flying, life-linking, hasty, indestructible, legendary demon.
Yes.
So
I would love to see with a lot of mana.
I would love to see an Ormondal. On this, okay, outside of just the Westville Abbey, this is the start that Connor wants. Okay. Well, there goes the Devoted Druids.
That's fine.
We got a 2-for-1.
I assume Connor probably has some number of Rec Sages he can hopefully draw.
And maybe he just wins here. He got to untap with a Devoted Druid. Hunter's tapped out. So, yeah. Like, he lost his Druids. That's a lot of mana.
Yep.
But he still has he has 4 mana available to him and his Devoted Druid. He's going for an attack, okay?
All right. I like this.
Yeah.
So if Connor doesn't Supreme Verdict, he may win next
turn.
If
Hunter doesn't Supreme Verdict or have another Detention Sphere, he just has another opportunity to win. This is Hunter's turn 4. Okay.
All right.
Spreading Seas on the Westville Abbey, so we won't be seeing a Westville Abbey activation.
That's
this
fine.
Game. Unless Connor brought in Reclamation Sage.
Yeah, I mean that is possible. All right, so
especially with he has D spheres. He has the target of D sphere, Crucible of Worlds. And, yeah, he has enough targets to justify it, I think.
All right, wait, can he go infinite right here?
Yes, he can. You can go infinite with 2 Devoted.
Oh yeah, especially because the taps Elvish Mystic.
Yes,
Yeah, so Connor get. So the Devoted Druids are going to have -1, -1.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to become 0/1.
And I love Connor. Okay, let's let Connor explain.
Yes. They can't hear him.
Okay. So Connor's explaining this to Hunter. This is great. When you have 2 Devoted Druids and an Azuri, you can just go infinite with them. The Mystic helps. He explained it. So what happens there is that the Devoted Druids tap for mana. They untap, get -1/-1 counters.
Become 0/1s.
Yeah.
And then they tap again, and then the Elvish Mystic make 5 mana. Activate Azuri. The Devoted Druids are now
every single time you're doing it,
because like -1 does stack.
Yeah.
Like negative power is still counted.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact.
It's taking away from the +3/+3.
Yeah.
That Azuri is giving.
Yeah. So like eventually Connor can just make them large enough, kill.
Exactly. Every time he's coming out ahead, and he just keeps repeating it until they're large enough to kill Hunter.
Yeah.
It's great. You don't need the Vizier.
Yeah.
And you don't really need any other outside pieces.
Yeah, and like that's like one of the other things I do like about the Devoted Druid.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like that has always been an option in the Elves deck.
Yeah.
But like it was like, yeah, we can do that, but like we can just do a lot more efficiently without a clunky 2-drop.
Exactly.
But like with the Vizier, it's less clunky because you can just win on turn 3.
Yeah, with the Vizier, but he didn't even need to go and get the Vizier.
No, he didn't.
That was excellent. That's the kind of start Connor needs to win this game.
Yep.
And the kind of I mean, he knew to do that.
Yes. And that's good.
Hunter did not have the board wipe on his turn 4. He did get a turn 4, and he did not have a Supreme Verdict.
And he got punished.
Very different game.
He plays like 4 of them, right?
Very different game if he sees the Supreme Verdict or even just a path for one of those Devoted Druids.
Most definitely.
They're very unassuming, and they're not good on their own. But he was able to untap twice with Devoted Druid, and either time he could have won. And, he took advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame Hunter at all for desparing the Archer.
No.
Because that's a lot of mana.
It's a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
You're gonna take that no matter what. And who knows what Connor could have done if he had access to that mana. He could have done something different. That's what's great. What I really like about the Elves deck is it has a lot of angles.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. Out of all of the Collected Company decks, it doesn't need the company. It doesn't need the Devoted Druid Vizier combo. It can win with just its opening hand and its elves and making them big with Azuri and Arch Druid. Like, that on its own is a win.
Oh, yeah.
And on top of that, you have Collected Company.
Yeah. Like, Hunter even saw the cage.
Yeah.
And, like, it did nothing. It actually did nothing that game.
Because he has other angles of attack.
I know, and that's really valid. It verifies your point of the Elves deck right here.
It has a lot of different angles. It's not just all in on one thing. I feel the way the other Coco decks are.
Yeah,
this deck isn't trying to just sit around and turtle. It has a game plan. It's trying to execute that game plan and close the game.
Yeah. So, like, one thing I like the Coco decks, like most other Coco decks, is, like, they're a deck built around Coco, so they play these value creatures.
Yeah.
But Elves is a deck that plays a good Y strategy and plays Coco to scale.
It was playing all of those things before Coco.
Yeah, it had Lead to Stampede before.
Coco just helps.
Yeah, like, Coco's just like a better...
But it doesn't need it.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't need the Court of Calling. Court of Calling helps. You can find Silver Bullet creatures. You can go off with Vizier, but you don't need it. And then the Vizier Devoted Druid combo, that's just icing on the cake.
Yeah, that's another angle.
That's new. They were doing that. They were playing all of these cards and were a deck before that combo came out.
Yep.
And so that's like what I really like about. Yeah, I like the Devoted Druid Vizier combo in this deck. But I like the Elves deck better than any other Collected Company strategy. I think it's the most proactive. And I wish that it wasn't just like a niche deck that people played because they like Elves. I think it's a strong deck.
Yeah, so another Coco deck that I like is the Bant Nightfall that does feature the Devoted Druid package.
I think that's clunky. It's so clunky.
The only reason I like it better is because
You like it better than this?
Yes, because I like the creatures better.
Okay. I definitely I like that one better than the Abzan one. That one's just hopeless.
Because, like, the Nightfall deck can attack from multiple angles as well.
You mean, like, just attacking?
No, I mean, yeah, it can actually attack.
It can actually attack.
Yeah.
Its creatures have power and toughness.
Yeah, like
they aren't just their text box.
Yeah, they typically play the better creatures than the Absent Company decks.
Oh, yeah. That deck needs, like, Gavany Township to start attacking with their guys.
Yeah.
That deck just dirtles for days.
All right, so we got a Devoted Druid.
We have 2 Colonnades.
Whew.
And then we've got, hey, look, we've got Elvish Mystic into Devoted Druid. You know, Connor could win next turn.
I see a cage.
Okay, well, that cuts him off from being able to cord. If Connor didn't bring in Reclamation Sage, I certainly would bring it in for this game 3.
Oh, yeah.
He has so many targets. artifacts and enchantments that are all relevant, that are all like taxing him, that are all making it difficult for him to execute this game plan.
Oh yeah.
Mana isn't going to be a problem for Connor this turn, this game.
No, not at all.
So he's got that. Doesn't have to worry about that. Let's see how he can progress his board because this is the turn.
I don't
Hunter
think he has it.
No, this I'm not up. And he drew the Supreme Verdict.
All right, so this game got harder.
If he didn't already now having said that, he has 3 colonnades. Does he have an untapped land?
Ooh, that's
I
fair.
saw an okay. There's a plains.
I see a plains.
Okay, so if he didn't already have a Supreme Verdict, he has one now because he drew it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we're gonna see.
And now the cage is actually really affecting Connor here.
The cage is a problem. If he could company, he can't now, and we're gonna see a Supreme Verdict.
Yep.
It's a 3-for-1, and Connor can't even Coco.
Yep. So I see a Path, Cryptic, and D-Sphere in Hunter's hand.
So he has the tools to interact and disrupt whatever it is Connor's trying to do, and then eventually he'll find a Planeswalker and win the game. So, yeah, I mean, we're just seeing again, Hunter was on the play though.
Yeah.
That's a massive difference. He gets a Supreme Verdict mana faster, more consistently. He can be leaving open counter spells more effectively.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Dryad Arbor beats into an Azuri. Okay. Dryad Arbor is not an elf.
No, it's a land.
It is a Dryad land. Okay, we got a company. Okay, we're going to shock. I really hope this isn't a main phase. Okay, it's not. We're going to attack first.
A main phase Coco?
A main phase Coco. Okay, that's interesting. We move to combat. Okay. So he elected to use Azuri to pump itself so that he can get in for 5, and Hunter bounced it and drew a card. Okay, Jace is gonna Factor Fiction here. Connor has to split this up. I think that's a Spell Queller.
Yeah, you take Spell Queller here.
You take a threat. Yeah. Yeah, there's really not any other way to split that. If Hunter wants the 2 lands, he gets 2 lands. He's going to take the Spell Queller land if you give him that, so you may as well give him the option. Getting in for 1. Going to leave up this Coco mana.
That doesn't do anything.
No, if you let Hunter untap, he almost assuredly can counter the Coco. If you fire it off here.
Grafdigger's Cage.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Grafdigger's Cage.
Yep.
Yep. Man, that sucks.
Yeah.
I think pretty sure Connor has 2 collected companies in his hand.
Yep. He does. I saw them.
Yep.
With my own 2 eyes.
So we got a Llanowar Elves, an Azuri, and 2 Cocos.
Yeah, so basically Connor has 2 cards in hand.
Those cards could be anything. They could be Pokemon cards, they could be baseball cards, they could be blank pieces of cardboard because they're not doing
baseball player.
They're not doing anything here.
Zach doesn't have a favorite baseball player, guys. Who knew? Who knew?
Well, no, there is a story with that. So it's interesting. I'm actually named after a baseball player.
Really?
Yeah, my dad is a big time baseball fan.
All right.
I'm named after Zach Wheat, my dad's favorite, my father's favorite baseball player.
All right.
Yep.
I dig that. So I see a rest in peace.
Which is ironic.
So rest
I don't really talk about that a lot.
Connor here. I think it's just going to get Spellquire, so like Hunter can start having a clock?
Yeah, I think
Or-
people bring in these. I mean, because he's already Grafdigger's Cage. Like
That's
clearly
fair.
Hunter doesn't care about his own graveyard.
Oh,
like-
he actually doesn't care about the rest in peace. I love it.
No. Yeah, I think people overestimate the value of like cards like Rest in Peace and Grafdigger's Cage against these control decks. It's
Oh
like,
yeah,
okay, great.
cool. Because like they don't need to get the value out of Snapcaster Mason.
No, and it's just like another card. Like he took out a threat to play that,
yeah,
and that's just like one less threat Hunter has to deal with. It shuts him down from like Snapcaster, but he already did that. Like he felt like having Grafdigger's Cage was more impactful than flashing things back.
yeah. I totally agree with that too.
The best thing that this Rest in Peace is doing is preventing
Crucible.
It's turning off Crucible of Worlds, which he may or may not even have still.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, lands can still enter the graveyard from.
Not if they don't exist. Not
True.
if there's not a graveyard.
I mean, I'm
but that's the biggest thing that this Rest in Peace is doing.
I'm pretty sure Hunter's going to pick Gideon.
Yeah, I mean, he'll have like, yeah, dude, assemble the Gatewatch, man.
Yeah.
He's got Gideon and Jace.
Oh, now that's gas.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite Gatewatch Planeswalker?
It's a toss-up between Chandra and Liliana.
I saw that coming. I don't know why.
Yeah. Now Elspeth joined.
Whew. Whew. What about your favorite Planeswalker in general?
My favorite Planeswalker in general. Oh man. You mean the card? Like which card specifically?
How about card then actual character?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know. Both of the Lilianas are so good.
There's 4 Liliana, 5,
There
6. There's many Lilianas.
Okay. So how many of them actually see constructed play? 2. Those are the relevant ones.
Well, the 5-drop Lily sees constructed standard play.
Those are the ones that I'm talking about.
All right, you see constructed modern play.
Okay. So
Because the 5-drop does see standard play.
sure.
I mean,
A finite amount of constructed of constructed play. Sure. I don't feel the need to acknowledge cards that don't see play.
all right.
So sure. There's like 3 Gideons that see play. There's like 6 Gideons total.
Yep. Most of the Gideons do see play. He has a good rate.
Yeah. Same thing with Jace. I mean,
not really. Only like one Jace really played. Okay, so you have AOT and Vern's Prodigy.
mm-hmm.
They see the most constructed play right now. Would you agree with that?
Jace the Mind Sculptor.
I thought we were just talking about modern.
You were talking about standard, so I'm gonna bring Legacy into this.
All right, that's fair. So yeah, you got me.
Yeah.
I accept defeat.
So yeah, like Hunter was able to answer every threat, counter every spell, and play
stabilize.
Planeswalkers and win.
Yeah.
That turn that game we saw the Spell Queller beats, but yeah, I mean, Connor had like a turn maybe to win that game.
I don't think he had a turn at all.
And he didn't. Yeah, I don't know. He put up
because like Hunter was able to cast Cage and Path all in the same turn if he had.
He put up a fight.
Yeah.
You know, he got their game 2. We saw the sweet.
The sweet interaction with Azurian Devoted Druid.
Mm-hmm.
I think Connor would have had game 2 if he saw a White Source when he needed to.
Game 1.
Yeah, game 1. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean that changes everything though. Like then Hunter's on the play for game 2.
But then Connor's on the play for game 3.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly. Like you
I said.
Hey, dude. If only everything in the world were different.
Yeah. You know. Yeah. Like I'm just saying. I agree with Connor keeping his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, only question I really have for Connor, why didn't he Coco when he could have?
Game 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I want to ask him that.
Because he could use the mana before he moves to a different phase.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, okay, spoilers.
Yep, spoilers.
Okay, so we didn't get to the other.
I mean,
there was that other vampire lord.
Yeah, I mean, we could maybe get a second match on. All right, yeah, never mind. We can talk about spoilers real quick. So spoilers. We have the blue land. What is that again?
The blue land, right?
The enchantment.
Let's get that up. I didn't really read it.
Not that blue land. Oh my god.
So interestingly enough, like I do have a little bit to say about these basics.
Yeah.
So there is a cycle of basic lands, all done by the same artist, Jace.
Yep.
Tiny little Jace there, just walking.
Yeah.
You know?
I like the one of him in the swamp.
That is the one where he is the most present, but he is in each of an entire cycle of lands.
Yeah, and I find that pretty funny.
Yeah, I think that's hysterical.
Yeah. So wait, so you never said who's your favorite planeswalker in general?
My favorite planeswalker in general is Chandra.
All right, I like that. So this blue land is basically, look at top 4. It's basically Impulse, but for non-creature, non-land cards.
Oh boy, let me see this. Okay, can I see the? Let's see the first part.
It actually has Threshold.
Okay, so at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You can put it into your graveyard. Then if you have 7, okay, yeah, Threshold.
Yeah, Threshold.
Right. Then you transform it. Great.
Yeah, if you're unfamiliar with Threshold, it's basically, it has an effect if you have 7 more cards in your graveyard.
Sure.
It's a older mechanic.
So it lets you look at your card and you can put it into the graveyard. You can choose to leave it on top.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. 2 mana. That's fine. Okay, so this taps for blue.
Yep. And then you pay 3, look at top 4, you reveal a non-creature, non-instant.
And put it into your hand?
Non-creature, non-land.
Sure. It's a mana sink. It gets you cards. That's fine.
It's a
non-creature, non-land, so you can get an enchantment, artifact, planeswalker, instant sorcery.
Vehicle.
All vehicles are artifacts.
I know. I just want to say vehicles. But yeah, I think this one's cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of vehicles, like, we're getting vehicles again this set.
Yeah.
They're significantly tuned down.
Oh yeah, like
we're not getting 3/3s for 2 that take 1 to crew.
Oh no, like we have the one pirate ship.
We are getting a 4/3 for like 3 or 4 that costs 1 to crew.
Yep.
That has no ability.
What about that 2/10?
The 2/10 that flips into a land.
Yeah.
Let's bring that one up.
Yeah, I like the art in that one. I don't know why.
They're all pirate ships.
Yeah.
They just got like 5. They just got like 5 different people to draw pirate ships.
Hey man.
The color is great.
Oh yeah, I like the it's kind of like gothic kind of vibe.
A little bit.
Yeah. Like
I wouldn't. This wouldn't be out of place on Innistrad.
No, like especially the color palette.
For sure. Yeah. Those
yeah.
are,
So basically, attacks, exile it. So like you only get 1 attack with this thing.
you get 1 attack,
But
and then it turns into trading post basically.
Yeah, which is great.
It's fine.
I mean,
what did it cost? 4, and then 4 to crew.
Yeah.
For a 2/10.
Yeah. Probably standard playable.
What crews it? This is going to take multiple crews or a big creature.
Ronos?
Sure. Ronos? Sure.
Yeah, so Ronos, like,
I don't know. Like,
Ronos and Hazret.
You have a vehicles deck. A lot of those guys are 2 power,
Yep.
1 power, 3 power, not 4. This is going to take multiple creatures.
I mean,
to
it might be
crew,
in a different deck
potentially.
completely.
It's true. We've seen other decks incorporate vehicles into their strategy for like a top end.
Yeah, like the
for
Teamer Energy deck has started playing Aether Sphere Harvester.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, especially in response to the Mono Red deck.
Yeah, totally.
Sky
Sovereign, that comes in everywhere.
Yeah.
So this is just another option.
Yeah, I like that. Primer Amulet.
So I think the first thing that comes to mind here is Storm.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna flip while you're storming off, while you're
Yeah.
you play that and then go off.
And then like you get a copy.
And then you get to copy stuff. It's
only once per turn though. Unless you untap the land.
when you. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's only 1. Yeah, I don't know.
But like copying a Grave Shot seems pretty good.
Sure.
Actually, never mind. Yeah, I forgot how Storm worked for a second. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot.
I don't know. That's the first thing that comes to mind there, but I don't know. But one thing I do think we'll see play in Storm, Opt.
So
Opt is seeing play somewhere.
Okay, somewhere, but I don't think Storm.
Storm wants to see as many cards as they can.
All right.
Yeah, they want. I think Serum Visions isn't going anywhere for that deck,
right.
but Sleight of Hand isn't going anywhere either.
All right. So basically, the reason for Opt. I don't think like it would, because like they have like a fine-tuned package already. Like they can't really cut a lot of stuff for Opt.
Sure. I mean, do you like this is replacing some draw spells in some decks.
Yeah. Maybe it replaces Thought Scour if a Storm list is running Thought Scour.
Right. And I've seen lists with that.
Yeah.
So that's the old Opt. This is the new one.
Yeah.
Great art. I love it. I mean, it has a background. It has a foreground.
It has a pirate.
It fits the theme of the set. Yeah, it's not a lot of new art. I feel is very busy. This one is straight to the point.
Yeah. So I think Ops is going to see a lot more playing like the more tempo-ish based decks.
Okay.
Maybe like
Shadow.
Yeah. Maybe like 1 or 2 copies of Opt in Shadow to place the Sleight of Hand.
Yeah.
And Delver, any Delver decks running around in Modern still? I don't know.
Sure.
Also,
what about control decks?
Would
you prefer this over Serum Visions? It lets you leave up your removal spell or this.
So I've been talking to some people,
Mm-hmm.
part of some Facebook groups I am, and they said some pros are talking about like just run 4 Serum Visions 4 Op.
Yeah.
At first, it's like a blue-white control Turbo Xerox control deck.
Sure.
Just to see more cards, because like Serum Vision is like
it's more of a draw go deck.
Yeah, like I think like
you need cheap threats.
Yeah, one thing I do disagree with is like people just saying cut Serum Vision completely is wrong.
It depends on the deck. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like most of the time not really, because Serum Vision is still arguably the best cantrip in Modern.
I mean, yeah. I think Ancient Stirrings is the best, but
best blue cantrip in Modern.
Yeah.
The fact that a green card is a better cantrip.
We're getting a dinosaur draw spell. Have you seen this?
Yeah. Call the Dinosaurs.
It's commune with oh man.
Commune with dinosaurs.
Something like that. It lets you look at 5 for 1 green. It's a common, and it lets you look at 5 cards
for a dinosaur.
Yes,
commune. Land card.
We got it. Commune with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You get to. What makes this? The redeeming quality of this is that you can get a land.
Yeah.
This is a great turn 1 play.
Yeah. Or you can get a freaking dino.
You can get a dinosaur or a land.
I want this card. I don't know for what, but I want this card.
This card is gas.
Really now?
Yeah, it's really cool.
All right, so we have Commune with Nature.
It's just a better.
It's a worse Commune with Nature, actually.
No, Commune with Nature only gets creatures. Doesn't get a land. Commune with Nature would be better if it could get a creature or a land. This is an upside.
I thought I saw a land on Commune with Nature.
This lets you get it's a very specific creature, but it gets a land. It can be any land.
Yeah, it can be even Glacial Chasm. For my EDH deck.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I saw this card. I thought it was really cool.
I think the art's adorable.
The art is adorable.
I love me a Triceratops.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite dinosaur.
There's a new mana leak.
Yeah, the pirate mana leak.
Yeah, it costs 3 and a blue, but it costs 1 less if you control a pirate, and then it can counter a spell, any spell, unless they pay 4.
So isn't it 2 and a blue? Not
it's
3.
It's 2 and a blue.
Yeah, you said 3 and a blue, so it's 2 and a blue.
It's 2 and a blue.
Yeah.
There you go. Lookouts Dispersal. It's 2 and a blue, and it costs 1 less, so 3 total, but it costs 1 less if you have a pirate.
Yes. So it's a mana leak, a better mana leak if you have a pirate.
Yeah.
And so I really like this decision, especially with Spell Pierce, Opt.
And we've seen a number of 1 mana pirates, like the Pirate, Siren, Wizard. That's you pay 1, it's a 1/1 with flying, and then you can pay another 1 to sack it to counter a spell that targets a creature you control.
Yep. It's like
that's a pirate. It's a 1-drop. It means Siren Storm Tamer.
Yep.
Okay. So you play this on turn 1, and then you can leave up
Mana Leak.
You can leave up Mana Leak, or you can leave that up.
Yeah. Or like you just play another one.
You can play another one.
Or like the one black 1-drop pirate.
Yeah.
The explorer dude.
Yeah, that one.
I actually really like that card.
Deadeye Navigator or whatever. Deadeye.
Deadeye Navigator is a EDH fun card.
Sure.
Deadeye Tracker?
Deadeye Tracker. There's a lot of Deadeye cards.
Yeah.
There was some speculation of them bringing back a Deadeye Navigator because of all the cards with the word Deadeye in it, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I like this. I really like Deadeye Tracker.
Deadeye Tracker.
I like the art.
It's tight. The art is fine. There's a lot of color for a black card.
Yeah.
Usually black cards are more like this, where the art of the card is also the color matches the color of the card itself.
Yeah, but like Deadeye Tracker is like very colorful, very vivid, which I enjoy.
But the pirate itself is dressed in dark clothing.
Yeah.
So it's still a black card.
Yeah, yeah.
You get a 1/1 human pirate, and you can pay a generic and a black, tap it, exile 2 cards, and then explore, which takes up the rest of the text box. So you get to do some stuff, and then you explore. There's a lot going on here. It affects the battle. It affects your mana because you have to pay for it.
Yep.
Then it affects the graveyard. Then you get to look at the top. Oh, is it a land? Great, it's in my hand. It's not. Now you have to decide whether to put it on the bottom or your graveyard.
Like, no, otherwise put a...
There's a lot going on here. The activation of this card, it's going to take some time.
Yeah, I mean,
to resolve the activation of that.
Unless it's a land, then it's easy.
There's a lot of hype around this card because it's a 1-mana sink.
Yeah.
But boy, it's really involved.
Yeah, so another card that got spoiled for the Pirates is
Rob.
Yeah, I like to call him Rob because instead of Bob, you have to raid.
And it's Ruin Raider.
Yeah.
There's a lot of R's going on here.
Yeah, Ruin Raider, raid, and
Orc Pirate.
Yeah, dude. Look at him. He looks menacing.
Doesn't have menace.
He looks menacing though.
Yeah. Sure.
All right, so I think this is a good time right now. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we need to go.
We need to go pick the next match. Use the bathroom real quick. Yeah, we'll be right back.